Welcome back to A's Tournament, the AI Baseball Simulation Tournament run through Super Mega Baseball 3. We're in Game 3 of a best of 7, Ohio versus Texas. Now going into this matchup, Ohio was favored as they were the number 1 seed coming in from the regular season. Texas is the only team in this tournament that has a negative record. Granted, only by 1 game. They went 39-41 in the regular season. But they're the only team below 500 that made the tournament. Texas so far has put up 2 big high-scoring games that have put Ohio in their place, even though Ohio in the regular season did score more points than them and had about 70 more hits. So far this matchup has really been a little bit unexpected as Texas is continuing their push to prove themselves in this tournament. For this matchup, for Texas, we have Barbara Henderson pitching, who is a C+ overall pitcher. However, she does have the trait of composed, which will help, I believe it's in high pitch count situations. On the flip side, for Ohio, we have August Uptown pitching. August Uptown is also a C+ pitcher, so these are relatively equal pitchers going into this. In the regular season, Uptown went 4 wins to 7 losses as a starter, and Barbara Henderson went 7 wins to 4 losses. So they're actually basically the exact opposite of one another. And you'll see that their bars for velocity, jump, and accuracy are basically even. Going into this matchup on the fielding and batting side, it's going to be important to see how Duke Perez continues. He does have that higher mojo going into this matchup, and he's really the player that's been keeping Ohio into this. Throughout all of the players that we have in this matchup, Perez and Fowler are really the only 2 with significant batting stats for Ohio. We'll need to see Ohio's team really start flipping the script there if they want to make a comeback in this best of 7. For Texas, it's also important to remember that Ronan Turtles has just been on fire this tournament so far. He's currently batting a .429 average, and he has multiple bonuses for how well he's been doing. He's their B+ shortstop. And going into this matchup, his bars are actually higher than Aaron Sexton, who is their superstar third baseman. And then also McFarland for Texas. We have to keep an eye on him. He did hit a home run in the first 2 games. However, he is really the star batter on their team. And we're going to see if he can kind of get back to his regular season stats. With that, we're going to go ahead and hop into Game 3, and let's get into it. We are back heading into Game 3, and we are going to see a slight change here as we're switching home fields. So Ohio's going to be batting first, and we'll see if they can get off to a good start here. With Barbara Henderson, we're going to need to see what that composed trait actually does. I thought that it had to do, there we go. So if she gets to a 3-ball count, it looks like her accuracy gets boosted significantly. Grounder to first, and Lowe is going to get a quick out one to start things off. Geronimo Fowler had an incredible diving catch in Game 2. And he's overall been pretty good. And a ball hit right up, grounder to center field. Farley's going to throw it in. And we have a player on first. Duke Perez, again, really the player keeping Ohio in this series so far. Barbara Henderson is going to need to be careful pitching to him. She does not want to allow a 2-run home run to start things off here. She actually walks him. I'll be honest, as a C+ pitcher going up against him, I actually don't I don't dislike that walk. However, this is something I was not remembering. Riley Gross does have that RBI man trait, which gives her a boost now. Strike 2. But Henderson's going to be looking for a strikeout here. That ball is popped up and should be an easy out here. Gwendolyn Flounder, once again, has been not performing so well these first 2 matches, but is a force to be reckoned with. Starts out here with a 2-strike count. Oh, just went foul. Oh, that looks like it might have been low, but it was called a strike. Ohio leaves the first inning without getting a run. Ooh, hard grounder past the third baseman, and that's still going to be held to a single. But a great way for Texas to start things out here. Aaron Sexton again, he's their superstar third baseman. Another grounder. That's going to be too slow. And they are going to start out with a player on first and second. Ball is high. That ball is popped up. They need to be careful. They can't run too far there. The runners almost made it to their next bases. It's a good thing that they retreated. Alexandria Tannen, so far in this series, has batted a .500, but not too many other stats off of that, such as RBIs or home runs. Ball's popped up. It looks like it's going too far out. Another ball popped up and just over the net. Nothing else. This is now pitch, I think, 8 or 9 now. And that's going to cut into his starting ability. That should turn... Okay. I was going to say that should turn a double play, but it looks like they got to that second base quickly there. Ronan Turtles in a position where he can add an RBI, but that ball was popped up and not over and out on the net, so it's a third out in the first inning. This is the first time that we've had a first inning without some ridiculous scoring situation to start things off. So, Helen Tucker stepping up to the plate. In the regular season, Ohio finished 51 wins to 29 losses. And that ball is hit, and it will fall into the gap. Helen Tucker should have the speed to at least get a double off of this. That's exactly what happens there. Mac Bush, the regular season, was definitely doing better than he's done in the first 2 games here. Oh, Aaron Sexton, a beautiful jumping grab there at third, and holds Helen Tucker to second base. Marlon Terry has that really low contact bar right now due to his mojo dropping it about 50% of his original stat. Missed target. That's going to allow Tucker to get there on third base. That ball is popped up. That's probably not looking like a home run. That will be caught, but that should be able to bring in the tag, and that's exactly what happens. Helen Tucker was able to tag in and get Ohio up to get them up for a game that they really need here. Throw underhand it. Hits that one. That one's going to drift foul. Almost caught on McFarland. He got over there, and he does strike out. We will see how Barbara Henderson goes into this. Off the top of my head now, I don't recall who... Oh, I'm sorry, Uptown. I have my teams backwards there. Off the top of my head, though, I do not recall which pitchers in relief they have this game. So far, though, he's only at 19 pitches. So he's on a good track record here so far. Ball is popped up for an easy catch there by second baseman. That is a slow grounder. Let's see. She did not have the speed required, and Madison Morse only does have a 47 speed stat. So if that had been another player that maybe had like a 60-ish speed, that was probably going to be safe. Ohio is back up to the plate here at the top of their batting order. Slow grounder to Turtles for a quick first out. Geronimo Fowler stepping up to the plate. Ball is hit, and Turtles gets a diving catch. That was beautiful. Barbara Henderson is pitching really inside here on Duke Perez. Duke Perez gets that hit, but an easy out there for Stafford. Texas stepping up here with Stafford, who just got the catch in the field. We'll see if she can get anything going. So far, in this 2 games that we've seen so far, she has had the worst batting stats of anyone, yet to get a hit. Slow grounder down the first base line, and a simple out there. He would have probably been better just running that over, but the little pitch to the pitcher there did work out for him. Jared Lowe gets a nice hit, but Fowler is able to get the catch. Aaron Sexton got a single his first time at bat. Starts us out here with the foul ball. Ball is popped up and should be an easy catch there by the fielder Flounder, and it is. So far, this is a low-scoring fielding pitching spectacle, but we'll see how this turns out. Ohio stepping back up to the bat here and wanting to get a bigger lead here. We know Texas can put up points. And we do start things out here by getting a first by Riley Gross. Gwendolyn Flounder, I believe the only hit that she's had in the series was her single RBI, or single home run. So we'll see if she can get anything going. She pops that up. That is a high flyer. Hits the wall. That's going to get them into scoring position here with a player on second and third. And Helen Tucker is going to be taking the plate here. Two balls, one strike. 3 balls. And she gets walked. Now that does open up the door for better chances of a double play. However, they are at 0 outs so far. Back Bush pops that one up. And is that going to go foul or not? It does not. So that actually gets them the 1 out that they might need to turn a double play and get out of this inning safely. That being said, Marlon Terry is probably not the batter that Ohio wants at the plate in this position. We'll see how this turns out, though. Marlon Terry does get a grounder, and we're going to see, is that going to... It turns a double play! Marlon Terry, let me take a quick look there. And Marlon Terry only has a 40 speed, so that definitely did not play well for them. That had the potential for Ohio to really cement their lead, but going into the bottom of the fourth, with Ohio still up only 1. Whoa. McFarland there got caught looking. And his bits of struggles with getting those big hits and stuff that he was known for in the regular season continue. A hard grounder to the second baseman Bush for a quick out too. Roman Turtles does now have a tense mojo, but his fitness is juiced. So he still has those higher bars. I'll be quite honest, I actually don't know how they get a fitness of juiced. If anybody that knows the game a little bit better than me knows how that exactly gets triggered, I would love to know. Might have something to do with his batting average or something like that. Full count, gets a grounder to Mac Bush for another out. Once again here, Ohio's going to be starting off their inning with Pedro underhanded. So, foul ball. Late swing. Inside. Pedro underhanded, strikes out again. Britt Dudley, again, another player that we're expecting to see quite a bit from, but so far she has struggled in these first 3 games. Starts things out here with 3 balls, though. And she gets walked. That's the type of difference that you'll see with these lower rated pitchers. They sometimes struggle with situations like that. Fowler hoping for something big here. We'd love to get Ohio their first win, and that ball is popping. That's going to drop. Limited to a single and the Dudley on second. Perez, again, the player that's really been keeping Ohio competitive these first 2 games, is up to bat. And that ball is popped up and is looking like an easy out. Riley Gross, so far, she did get a single her second time at bat. She does have that RBI man positive trait. So we'll see if she can capitalize here. Barbara Henderson needs to be careful. She already has 3 walked batters this game. Ball is massively hit right over the plate, and it looks like he messed up that throw a little bit from the field. Bases loaded for Gwendolyn Flounder. Gwendolyn Flounder, again, in a regular season. She only had 9 home runs, but she was second in the league in batting average. So we'll see if she can start getting her points in order here. 2 strikes. Oh, and Barbara Henderson's able to strike her out. That is big. That, I think, is now 2 innings that Ohio had bases loaded and was not able to get anything off of it. Orlando Farley coming off of a game 2. That was probably his career game. So we'll see if he can keep his pace going. And he gets a slow grounder that made it past the pitcher to get on first. And the ball is bunted. I'm surprised they're going for that considering the speed that they have from the guy on first, but we'll see. It doesn't look like they're going for it now. And a strike 3. Other thing to note here is pitch count, because we're now at the point where that really matters. Uptown is only at 52, so he can still go for quite a while. On the flip side, I think Henderson was already over 80, so we'll probably see Henderson swapped out at the top of the 6th. Ball gets popped foul. Multiple foul balls here. Wow, I think that's like 5 foul balls in a row. And a slow grounder. Let's see if they turn this into a double play. Oh, it's slightly too slow on those arms. And Antonella Stafford is going to be stepping up here. Still yet to get a hit, and does not look like she'll get one there. Going into the top of the 6th, Ohio is still holding that 1-run lead. And with Helen Tucker starting us out here, we'll see how long Barbara Henderson stays in this game. She's at that 90 pitch point, and her bars are dropping significantly. All of her bars are now dropped about half due to her stamina. Back push gets a hard hit, but Stafford does get that catch. So Stafford, let me take a quick look here. Stafford, even though she has not batted well at all, she's still yet to get a hit. She does have decent fielding, which we've seen so far throughout this series. I don't think has had an error in the field or a dropped ball or anything like that. Quick inning there. Texas at the top of their batting order again. Let's see if they can get something going. Full count. Sherlow does get a hit into the gap, and that should start this inning out with a double, which is going to be worrying for Ohio. Ohio has been able to get 1 run on the board, but has not been able to get much going. Aaron Sexton, see if he can tie things up. Grounder to Tucker will get them a quick out. Farland is going to step up to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Ball was pushed right down the middle. Slightly low. Ball is hit and was caught by Perez. Alexandria Tannen. Oh, gets us. Ball got popped right, get down to the ground for an easy 3rd out. Pedro underhanded. Seems like he leads off these innings very often and hits it just foul on that first base line. And strikes out. With that, I think now Britt Dudley at the plate, Barbara Henderson is going to need to be swapped out. Looks like they're going to let her keep going now. be honest, if I was Texas right now, I would definitely be looking to swap her so that they don't give Ohio the opportunity. But I say that, and she ends that inning very, very quickly. Bottom of the seventh, Texas starting things out here with Ronin Turtles. A quick out by Tucker. That was a beautiful quick catch. Orlando Farley, center fielder for Texas. Nice grounder and just past Dudley for a single. Jimenez so far has not done well in this series, but did hit a home run and has gotten 2 RBIs. More than likely, both those are off the home run. However, I'm not 100% sure on that. Missed target. That's going to allow him to get into scoring range on second there. Down at 87 pitches. That ball is popped up and probably too short to allow a tag to third. Madison Morse 0 for 2 on the day. See if she can get a hit. See if they can tie this up. Maybe even take the lead. Ball is hit. We'll see if that can turn. Oh, no, he stays at third. And honestly, he might have been better off going for that. Oh, okay, they're going to do a pinch hitter here. They're going to allow Ballard the opportunity here. Ballard in the regular season did have a .254 batting average. So we'll see if he can get something going since Stafford hasn't been able to. That's 4 foul balls here. That pressure bar is really high for him. And he gets caught looking. Ballard was not able to turn a run there for them. Ohio going into the top of the 8th. Looking at a 1-0 game still. Duke Perez. And here we go. We're going to see them swap out pitchers here. Brian Trevino. We've seen him come in as a relief, I believe in game 1. And they start out with that high flyer to the field, but then finally gets the out. Inside almost hits Gross. Strike 3. Gwendolyn Flounder stepping up, did have a double earlier in the game. And a strike 3. Hot looking. In the bottom of the 8th. Texas needs to get something going here. They are at the top of their batting order. Oh, gets away from the catcher. Ohio really should be looking at swapping out their pitcher here. Uptown has had a great game, but this is becoming very risky for them to keep him in here. Grounder? Looks like it's allow for a double play? Nope. He is fast enough. Aaron Sexton does have that 88 speed stat, but they are now going to bring in McFreddy here. McFreddy in the regular season went 6 wins to 0 losses as a relief pitcher. They're hoping that he can keep them with the lead. Aaron Sexton did start stealing there, which allowed him to get to second base safely. Alexandria Tannen. Big play right here to try to keep Texas at potentially going into the series 3-0. Aaron Sexton does go for the third base, and he does make it. So if Alexandria Tannen is able to get something out to the outfield here, and she gets walked. In the regular season, Alexandria Tannen only stole 3 times and got caught stealing 2 times, so we're probably not going to see her steal. Ronan Turtles, again, someone who has done exceptionally well so far in the series, does strike out. Wow. Going into the top of the 9th, Ohio would love to add to that lead, because this is a very close game and they cannot risk going down in this series 3-0. Ryan Trevino. The ball gets hit but does go foul over third base. Ball gets popped up and goes into the stands. Strike 3. Brian Trevino, through his 2 games so far that he's come in for, has done exceptionally well. Ball is popped up, the bat is broken. That should be an easy out. Marlon Terry stepping up to the plate. Late swing. Strike 2. And a quick strike 3. Texas has 3 outs here to try to at least tie this game. They need 1 run to at least keep things going here. Orlando Farley. Again, he had an incredible game too. Good eye. Good eye by Farley. Full count. And he does get a hit there. That is popped up high though. And it is caught by Flounder. Cal Jimenez pops it out to foul to start things off. Hard grounder to Tucker. And Ohio is looking at Madison Morse as their potential final out. Morse does swing on the first pitch. Swings on the second pitch. She's sitting at 2 strikes. And she does get a hit, and that will get her onto first base with a single. Shani Arnold here. He is the swap in that they did in the field. This is actually his first time batting here. A rough time to come in as a sub. We'll see. That ball is popped up, and that looks like Ohio's going to take game 3, and they will. Ohio keeps themselves in this matchup. Now down 2-1 in the series, but a very, very important win for them there. Let's take a quick look at the box score. Ohio with the only run in the game coming in the second inning. We had multiple bases loaded situations and a number of good hits in this game, but Ohio squeaks it out with a 1-0 final score. Take a look at the players here. We're going to try to guess who is going to be deemed player of the game. With such a low-scoring game, you normally would expect the player of the game to come from the pitching side. I do think Uptown stands a very solid chance here. Through 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, only walked 1 batter, got 3 strikeouts, and didn't allow a single run. I think that he is going to be deemed player of the game here. Let's take a look and see. And that is what the game gives us here. Uptown with MVP of Game 3. Thank you so much for sticking around to see out this series. This is big because, well, first of all, Ohio really needed this win in order to remain competitive. They definitely did not want to go down in the series 3-0. The other big thing is that this allows Laurel O'Connor a potential Game 5, which, again, that is Ohio's S-rated player and the player that they had a lot of success with in the regular season. So we will see how this plays out. I want to thank you for sticking with me to the end, and I'll see you guys for Game 4.